The Ellsworth women.
Eugene Ellsworth lost his mother at 6 years of age, but strong, intelligent women were an important part of the remainder of his life. Ellsworth married Harriet Northrup in September of 1872. She was born into a Wisconsin family with prominent Massachusetts roots. Her father was a minister who had taken up farming in Franklin County, Iowa. Hattie's first child, son Ernest, was born in November of 1873. Her husband's real estate and farming career really began to expand about this time in Wright County, where the Ellsworth Stock Farm was located just northwest of Dowes, Iowa. The farm raised extensive numbers of cattle and corn. Hattie had been raised near Otisville in Wright County by her parents. Her family members are now buried in Union Cemetery in Iowa Falls. Hattie was a granddaughter of Joseph Parsons, who founded the famous Parsons Paper Company, which operated from 1853 in Massachusetts until 2004. The company was known for high-quality specialty paper products. The Parsons Company operated successfully for 150 years on 4.6 acres of land. Several of the abandoned buildings caught fire in the early 2000s, and the land was later ceded to the city for redevelopment. The plant has been demolished and the land has been redeveloped by the city. In 1875, the Ellsworths built their mansion on the southeast corner of Roxylvania and Oak. They also began their long career of philanthropy in Iowa Falls. The Ellsworths' daughter, Caroline, was born in 1878. She grew into a beautiful and intelligent young woman who became a popular college professor at Ellsworth College. Caroline Hall on the Ellsworth College campus was named after Caroline, where she was a popular teacher and she enjoyed the position very much. She probably would have remained at Ellsworth for many years had she not fallen in love and married a prominent young doctor from a medical family, Dr. Lewis Burroughs Morton. The family moved to California shortly after the death of her father. Jenny Morton was the mother-in-law of Caroline. The Morton family had moved to Iowa Falls from Scott County, Iowa. The family moved to Altadena, California, which at that time was a developing and prominent neighborhood. Caroline's only child, daughter Marcia, was born in Iowa Falls in 1905. The Altadena, California neighborhood where the family moved has developed in the last 100 years into an inner city area. Beginning in her early 40s, Caroline fought an 8-year battle with cancer, which she sadly lost in 1929. Caroline was just 51 years of age. Her earthly remains were cremated and interred at Forest Lawn, where her husband Louis joined her in 1943. The death of Caroline was a terrible blow to Hattie Ellsworth, who survived her daughter by 6 years. In addition to the loss of her husband in 1907 and her daughter in 1929, Hattie spent the last 6 years of her life during the Great Depression, which began in 1929. She consoled herself by continuing to drive her 1915 electric car around Iowa Falls, where she remained active in women's groups for the rest of her life. She died in 1935 and is buried in Union Cemetery. Marcia Morton Middleton was 30 years of age when her grandmother Hattie died in 1935. Marcia inherited the remaining Ellsworth estate when her uncle Ernest died in 1945. Marcia and her husband had 2 daughters, now deceased, born in the 1930s, Constance Middleton Fish and Anne Middleton Wyckoff. Marcia Middleton died in 1982 and is interred at Angelus Rosedale Cemetery. The cemetery is known for classic architecture. It is a cultural monument and is also known as the burial place of Maria Rasputin, the daughter of the famous monk of Russia. The great-great-grandchildren of Hattie Ellsworth visited Iowa Falls in 2022.